Hello and welcome to Hyper Anime Time. My name is Nedu Ejeckam and I will be talking about my favorite anime series, Hunter x Hunter. Now, Hunter x Hunter is actually based off of a manga by Yoshiro Togashi. The comic started in 1998 and is still running, but has been on hiatus for quite some time. Hunter x Hunter as a series actually had an anime adaptation back in 1999, and it ran until 2004 if you include the OVAs. However, in 2011, the anime series rebooted. Rather than continuing from where the OVAs left off, the 2011 series began from the beginning of the story. This interpretation stays much closer to the original story that was in the manga as opposed to the anime that had a lot of some side stories and filler in it. The story actually focuses on a young boy named Gon who aspires to become a hunter. Now, I will talk a little bit about the story. In Hunter x Hunter, as I said, the story focuses on a boy named Gon. He aspires to become a hunter because his father actually left his family in order to become a hunter. Hunters are professionals who've gone through rigorous tests to obtain a hunter's license. Hunters are elite members of society who actually use their licenses and get unprecedented access to restricted areas, the ability to take very difficult jobs, and sometimes collect bounties. Gon's father left him a very long time ago when Gon was just a baby, and Gon, ever the optimist, actually looks at it as saying being a hunter must be such an incredibly amazing job that he would abandon his own child to see it. With that in mind, Gon decided to take the test and embark on an incredible adventure. When it comes to the setting of Hunter x Hunter, it's actually interesting. Very much like Dragon Ball Z, it's a contemporary setting, or Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, I should say. It's a contemporary setting. However, it is very much more whimsical than the world we live in. A great example is the fact that their technology tends to be a similar level as our technology. However, there are fantastical elements such as magical beasts that live in the world, as well as improbable topography, like giant and very improbable mountain ranges, incredibly large trees, stuff like that. What's interesting is that viewers actually get to see a world map sometimes in the series, and it's interesting because the continents in the world of Hunter x Hunter look very much the same as the continents in the real world. However, they are shifted and shuffled around in a kind of different arrangement, so it's kind of interesting seeing how they lined up. It also really helps give the series a sense of place, as you could see, as they always point out where in the world the characters are, so you can actually tend to see what continent they're at, like what the continent they're on, as well as where in the continent they are, and you could kind of gives you an idea of where in the world they've gone throughout their adventure. The characters, just as any anime, are incredibly important. The four main characters are Gon. He's the one that I mentioned earlier, who aspires to be a hunter. His best friend Killua, who he meets while he's actually, doing the hunter exam, as well as Leario, another person he meets very close to the beginning of the series, and Kurapika. He meets Leario and Kurapika at the same time, and then Killua a little bit later. Gon, as the main character, is obviously the most important. He is very much a typical anime main character in the fact that he's got a very strong sense of justice and a very strong-willed, and he also has a lot of natural talent. However, he has to train hard to start getting that talent and harnessing it. The most interesting thing about Gon is the fact that while he is very focused on his training and what's important to him, he is also will often sacrifices, put his own life in danger in order just to train. It's actually pretty interesting, and later on he'll see him do this more than once. He'll actually psych out some of his opponents because he is risking his life, even though he knows he'll either lose or they think that he doesn't really have an actual plan. The other characters, Killua is a lot more intelligent than Gon, a lot more innate intelligence. However, he's also trained as an assassin and has a lot of hidden abilities that you start to slowly see he's got these skills, and all the characters are often surprised by the abilities he has. Oftentimes, more than once, they'll comment on how they're glad he's on their side rather than against them. Yeah, so Hunter x Hunter, again, such an incredible series, has some really great characters and the very interesting world that they live in. The series is on about episode 130 in the current 2011 reboot, and has more than 30 volumes out in the manga. This is, again, my favorite series and is highly recommended to anybody who's interested in a shonen manga that has a bit of an interesting and different twist. Thank you very much.